edition of the Jetski fishing channel. Today I thought I'd show you just some tips and tricks on how to use soft bait. I've just come out to get a couple for dinner, so rather than going for the big ones, I thought I'd get some nice pannies. So while I'm doing that, I'll show you all about how to use soft baits, how to rig them, how to cast them, got a fish on, and tips and tricks on how they work the best. At the moment I'm using what's called a Squid Viscious, a nuclear chicken colour, green and red, just drifting through the remnants of a very small work. So once I get this up, I'll show you the plastic. We'll go from there. So you can see he's well hooked. Get the plastic out. Comes with 3 tentacles, green and red this one. They come in a few different colours, but this is the one I've got at the minute. And he's lost 1 tentacle already. The fish seem to like them. This one's around the 35cm mark. So I'll put him in the bin and cast out and try again. So when you're fishing soft plastics, the key is, when you're in a deep spot especially, cast ahead of the drift, and if you get a fish on that you're dealing with putting in the chili bin or whatever you're doing with it, cast ahead and let that plastic drift to the bottom while you're dealing with the fish. So I'll do that now. So the next soft plastic I'm going to try is called the Gulp New Penny Crazy Legs. Called Crazy Legs because he's got these 2 crazy legs hanging off the end. About a 6-inch soft plastic. To rig this, hook in through the nose again, push it down, push it right around on this size hook until he's about there, and then poke the hook out his back. It's going to be a little bit of trial and error for you if you haven't done it before, where to poke the hook out the back. Poke the hook out the back, then continue pushing it around, slide the nose, up the hook, and it should be sitting nice and straight like that. That's looking as natural as possible. The bait's nice and straight, it's going to swim nicely, the fish are going to love it. So let's get it down there and see how it goes. So for jig head weights, it depends on a number of different factors. One is depth, the second is the speed of the current, and the third is the speed of the wind. So the last 2 are really about the speed of your drift. You want to be able to get it down there and have control of it for long enough with the wind and weight. So I'm using a 3/4 ounce jig head today because I'm moving reasonably fast. There's a reasonable wind, it was up to about 15 knots earlier. So I use coloured braid, mainly because I fish deep water a lot. And each different colour is 10 metres. So I know I'm at the bottom today at about 40 metres when I'm in the pink. So I'm just approaching the pink now. So I can keep an eye on that if I'm putting a fish in the bin and I'm throwing it out. And if I can see it's getting close to the bottom, I know I need to pay some attention to it. I also know as I drift how much line I've got out. You feel them biting. It's not like fishing with bait. You don't give it a big strike like that, because all that does is pull the bait away from the fish. Get the inquiry, let it touch it. A bigger fish will just come along and grab it. You'll be fine. But a smaller fish will come along, they'll give it a small touch, and then just lift the rod tip like that. So it does come around to the pink now. So I know I'm approaching the bottom. Line's gone slack, it's on the bottom, getting a little touch, and I'm hooked up straight away. So you can see there, you get the most inquiry when it just hits the bottom, and if you can get that inquiry straight under the jet ski, even better because you've got the most control of your bait. So a good technique to try and remember your soft plasticking is to treat it a bit scrum. So, big World Cup time. By that I mean, when you get a touch, just hold, pause, and then engage. Alright? And grab that new pair of crazy legs. So he's around 36, 37 centimetre mark. See how he's taken that crazy legs right in. Nicely hooked at the end. Because I'm out here to catch a couple for dinner, I'm going to keep him. He's of an acceptable size. While I'm doing that, I'll cast this back out. So the 3/4 ounce jig head I'm using today because I'm fishing at close to 40 metres with a decent drift. If you're fishing in shallower water, say 25 metres, I'll drop down to a half ounce. If there's no wind, not much wind and not much current, and you can even get away with a 1/4 ounce. And the reason you go lighter is because you want those lessons to live as natural as they can when they're floating around. There we go. That feels like not too bad a fish. There he is. A nice 4 pound snap. That's a nice fish. Just under the 2 kilo mark, or around 4 pound. So the perfect icky on a fish, and that's icky means, icky is what you do to kill a fish instantly, is the knife through the brain. So what I'll show you here is, you come in just behind the eye, on an angle towards the front of the fish. If the angle is right, it'll come out its other eyeball. So, not pretty, but you can see how it works. So that's all we've got time for on this week's edition of the Jetski Fishing Channel.